The fourth habit of highly negative people is my favorite, and that is sarcasm and quips. And this is a hard one because we all love being sarcastic sometimes, and we've all laughed at sarcasm sometimes. So you don't want to take humor out of the workplace. It's really important to have something funny. But when it becomes a habit, day in and day out, many times people start to get frustrated, and it feels very negative. And when it becomes a habit for you, you start to be perceived as negative. And I will tell you, I did have this experience on that project I mentioned when I had all this training resources, all this training team, and nothing to work on. We started to get negative, wine and dine, but the biggest habit for me became my sarcasm. And that was because I liked making people laugh, and I thought I was pretty good at making them laugh. You know, I can tell in this room who the sarcastic quipsters are, because you're all in the back row. And the reason that they are in the back row is that they like to have a trajectory, to throw that little barb, right? Pew! And it lands right about there in that second row, just so I can't hear it, but everybody laughs, right? This is how sarcasm works. It's excellent. So fun when you're the sarcastic quipster. The problem is that that little shot, that sarcastic quip, sometimes starts to really irritate people, and you don't know it because you're having fun. You're the sarcastic quipster. So this happened on that project I was on when I was very excited about working on this training, and then we didn't have any software to write training for. We just had crossword puzzles. And so we would just sit and wait, and I would get more and more sarcastic by the day. Now, one day, we had our mandatory Friday morning 8 a.m. meeting because, you know, it was so important to meet to talk about what we were not going to do. And you can see my sarcastic quipster still is quite lively. But we were meeting together, and one of the things that our boss came, she said, okay, we have software. They're going to test it, but while they're testing it, we can start writing training, and everybody got really excited. And people were saying, well, maybe we could do it this way, and maybe we could try this, and we'll work on this. And this big balloon of hope, like, filled up in the room. And I sat in the back, and I said, wait a minute, what about the fact that we heard this 2 months ago and got excited? Nothing ever happened. Boom! And I let loose with my little sarcastic comment, and that balloon of hope popped. And everybody was so mad at me. They said, stop it! Why do you have to ruin everything? And that is the problem when sarcasm becomes your habit, is that you ruin things. You don't allow anyone to have hope or excitement or, you know, a new adventure. You just always cut it down. And that's the problem with being a sarcastic quipster as a habit. So when we see those folks who are sarcastic and we think, gosh, that's really frustrating, you know, recognize that sometimes we have that in ourselves as well, and it's easy to fall into that habit. The fifth habit of highly negative people